What's up, guys? Today I'm doing an extended review, going more in depth on the new features in iOS 8 and the iPhone 6. Now, one of the most noticeable differences about this phone is its design. It comes in at 138.1mm tall, 67mm wide, and just 6.9mm thick. The iPhone 6 sports a 4.7-inch screen with a 1334 by 750 pixel resolution. Pixel density is 326, which is the same as it was in the iPhone 5S. The 6 has a 1.4 GHz dual-core ARMv8 processor with 1GB of LPDDR3 RAM and a PowerVR GX 6650 GPU. It also contains Apple's M8 motion coprocessor, which contains a gyroscope, accelerometer, and other motion sensors. There's a non-removable 1810 mAh battery, which is an improvement over last year's 5S's 1560 mAh battery. However, with the larger display, you probably won't notice much difference in battery life. Now, one of the newest features in iOS 8 is support for third-party keyboards. Here, I have SwiftKey, which you can download from the App Store for free. Now, in order to use the keyboard, you actually have to go and set it up in Settings. So here, I'm going to go in Settings, click on General, scroll down, click on Keyboard, click on Keyboards, and from there, you can add new keyboards. So any keyboards that you've downloaded from the App Store should show up in the Add New Keyboards. Now, to demonstrate it, I'm going to go into Notes and start typing. Instead of just tapping out your words, you can spell it out by swiping. You can see here, it's actually pretty fluid and works pretty well. Now, of course, if you want to stop using SwiftKey or any other third-party keyboard, you can just click on the little icon by the spacebar to cycle through your other keyboards. So you can go back to your emojis keyboard or your stock Apple keyboard. iOS 8 also comes with support for widgets in the notification bar. Here, I have the Yahoo Weather app. To add widgets, you just go to the notifications, scroll to the bottom, tap Edit, and then you can see the apps that you have widgets for and the ones that you haven't used yet. So here I'm just going to add the Stocks app, and you can also change the order you want. So now you can see Stocks is added to my notification bar. Now, going along the theme of allowing third-party developers more access to iOS, Apple has included what they call extensions in iOS 8. Here, I have the Lightly app. In Lightly, you can edit photos. Now, that's nothing really new, but when you use the photo editor that's built into iOS, you can actually click on the little three dots at the bottom, which will allow you to browse through other apps that have the capability of editing while you're in the iOS editor. So here, I'm clicking the three dots, clicking the three dots again, and here I can see my photo editor. Now you have to toggle it on to allow it to be used. Then, when you toggle it on, it's going to show up in the bottom bar. So then you can just tap those three dots, tap the app you want to edit your photos with, and then inside the iOS editor, you can actually see the different editing capabilities of Lightly. And once you're done, you can just hit done. It'll get out of the third-party editor, and you'll be taken back to iOS editor. Apple's also improved the camera. It's still an 8-megapixel iSight camera with an f2.2 aperture, but now it has phase detection autofocus. That's usually a feature found in high-end DSLRs, but Apple decided to include it in their sensor this year. As you can see, autofocus is pretty quick and snappy. Now on the bottom, you can still scroll through all your same video and camera options you had in last year's phone, except now, in panorama mode, you can take 43 megapixel panoramas. Also, in slow-mo, you can now take 240 FPS slow-mo videos. That's up from the 120 FPS they had in the 5S. They also included time-lapse in iOS 8. Time-lapse allows you to take just that, time-lapse photo, as long as your battery's still alive. Now, Apple also allows for 60 FPS video recording. To enable it, though, you have to go into Settings, scroll down to Photo and Camera, and in there, you can find the toggle for video recording at 60 FPS. course, when you toggle it on, you're recording at 60 frames per second. With it off, you're recording at the default 30 frames per second. While we're here, let's go take a look at the usage. Apple now added a battery usage option in their settings. In there, you can see which apps use how much percentage of your battery. So here, my home and lock screen is using the most. It's probably because I keep using it as a watch. Now I can also see that YouTube's using a lot of my battery just for background activity. Now that lets me know that I should probably close out of it when I'm not using it. Now another option in iOS 8 is called Hey Siri. It's similar to Google's OK Google, except the big difference is that to have Siri always listening, you actually have to plug it in. I'm guessing that's probably because it drains the battery a lot.
Hey Siri.
Hi.
As you can see, it actually works. Now another new feature in iOS 8, at least for the iPhone, is the ability to open recently closed tabs. This has been available for the iPad for quite some time now, but is now only just reaching iOS 8 in the iPhone. So here, I'm just going to go to the Apple website and then close out of the tab. After you close out a tab, you can look at your recently closed tabs by holding down on the Add Tab button. And there you can see all your recently closed tabs. Apple has also included the ability to force Safari into desktop mode. Now, when you're on a mobile version of a website, you can just click on the URL bar, pull down on the bookmarks, and click on Request Desktop Site. Now, one last thing that Apple added to the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus is what they call reachability. Now, because both the 6 and 6 Plus have much larger displays now, it's kind of hard to reach stuff that's at the top. But Apple allows you to now double tap the Touch ID sensor and shift everything on your screen down. So that sums up our extended review on some of the newest features in iOS 8 and the iPhone 6. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned if you want to see me unbox Spigen Top Uppercase for the iPhone 6.